So there's been more information coming out about Charlie Kirk's assassination, and more eyewitnesses are starting to speak out. In light of that, Candace Owens is actually pointing out a lot of the inconsistencies and things she's hearing and the facts surrounding some of these witnesses speaking out. And we're going to specifically talk about this one witness. Her name is Olivia, and you're going to find out why here in a second. I'll let Candace cover it. We're going to actually go to a news station that interviewed this witness shortly after Charlie Kirk's assassination. She's going to be talking about what she saw, her encounter with Tyler, and what she noticed throughout this entire situation. So check this out from the News 10 over there at WBIR. Let's go.
Of Kirk, we're still seeing memorials like this one pop up across the U.S. This was in Bissell Park this morning, right here in Knoxville. But in Utah, one woman says she came face to face with Kirk's accused shooter while on the way to the Prove Me Wrong event at Utah Valley University. Here's Jody Reynosa with more.
I kind of realized the type of street I was on, a little bit more secluded, you know.
Olivia Bishop retraces her steps where she came face to face with Charlie Kirk's alleged killer.
Just looking over, seeing that he was limping, kind of being like, oh, okay. And then long black shirt, kind of thinking that's kind of weird. It's kind of super hot outside.
Bishop says something seemed a little off.
I did look over at him and he was kind of like that was his face, just kind of like not a smile or anything.
From the expressionless demeanor, long sleeve shirt during a hot summer day, to the limp.
It's kind of odd. I don't know. Like now that I think about it, it's just very like chilling to me.
Chilling after reading charging documents online and seeing this video of Robinson walking away from UVU after Kirk was shot. That's when she realized she'd been only feet away from the accused killer. Now she questions whether she could have done more.
Had I seen the imprint of a rifle down his leg, if I had looked at him a little longer, then immediately after that happened, would I have thought back to him, you know, and been able to like alert authorities quicker.
Bishop realizes there's nothing she could have done differently.
But just to have been like an eyewitness to him on his way there is just shocking to me.
Okay, so we're going to get more information about this person that actually saw him. Candace is going to make some interesting points about this alleged eyewitness and her connection to the local police department. It's crazy. Check this out.
I got to say, when I saw that, I was actually kind of giddy because I was like, finally, it looks like a college student from UVU who is speaking to the news. That's great.
Nope.
And of course, I then had to wonder what she was studying. And it turns out, no, she doesn't go to UVU. I don't know. A lot of these people were not available that day. But what she does for a living is quite interesting because there's an emerging pattern. And for whatever reason, nobody who spoke to the press said what their connections were. It turns out that she works for the Orem Police Department. She's a record specialist. And I should tell you guys, kind of unbelievably, in August, if you're going to believe this, they kind of lost a lot of people that were working at the department. There's a Facebook post, people that were retiring, a lot of changes that were happening. I don't know when she started working there, but she works the Orem Police Department, and we're hearing a lot of stuff about some plausible corruption that might be going on there. And I just said, wow, okay. Curiously, she also purports to be a close witness to when Charlie got shot. And I'm wondering, if you work for the Orem Police Department, what were you doing going to a Charlie Kirk event in the middle of the day? Like, assuming that's a full-time job, Charlie spoke on a Wednesday. What were you doing there at all, actually? Is this like the longest lunch break ever? Meeting up with some friends, she says. Meeting up with some friends, okay. Another thing that we were able to learn is that she met up with her husband. Like, how are all of these people just allowed to leave work to hear Charlie Kirk speak? I'm interested. So I reach out, obviously, today, called the records office, sent her a text. We were able to find her number. She doesn't want to speak about anything. She says that was it. She just wanted to speak right there, give her testimony, and that she gave the appropriate information to the appropriate authorities. So that there, beyond that, is just going to be a dead end. But I'd like to take a broader look at our witness tree because it's growing, right? It's growing, our witness tree. We've got Tiffany Barker, of course. She's with the nieces. Her sister was Phil Lyman's running mate. She spoke to Good Morning America in the wee hours of the morning after. Phil Lyman, of course, our guy, he really does not like me at all. He wants me to know that he thinks I'm shady, that I'm an accomplice to something. He ran for Utah governor in 2024. He's featured George Zinn on his website at that time, spoke to Alex Jones, Fox News, News Nation, really anybody that would have him. Now we have Olivia Bishop. She works for the Orem Police Records Specialist. And She works as the Orem police record specialist, and she spoke
crazy.
To local news. Who else do we have here? Well, let me show you this other video, which gets interesting, okay? Check out this USA Today video of people speaking about what they heard and what they saw. Take a listen.
It sounds like lightning. It was so loud, I thought the shooter was right there in the crowd. And apparently he wasn't. Apparently he was far off. Everybody got down, and I instantly just started praying for Charlie Kirk. And the girl I was next to, she was bawling because she had seen it. She had seen the graphic imagery of the bullet piercing his neck and opening his neck up. And I can't imagine what it was like to see that.
I actually was just walking up. I was going to the event with a friend. And so I was in the back of the crowd still walking to get closer when I heard the pop of a gunshot and people started screaming and running. So
crazy,
I took a knee, just out of habit from being in the Marine Corps. And people were still screaming and running. And I just decided to look for the shooter, wherever they might be. But people just kept clearing out.
Basically, I just heard a shot and I saw him falling towards the left, so I knew he got shot on the collarbone or the neck right here, but I didn't see bleed immediately. I just saw and I heard, and we all crouched down, and I wish there was a better security. I was a little surprised when I walked into the courtyard and there wasn't any metal detector. There were securities around the building, but it wasn't really solid.
Yeah, that was wild too.
Okay, so to show you who those individuals are, a lot of software engineers, we can pull back up Emmanuel Beerier. You saw his name there again. We're pulling people that spoke to the press publicly. We're not revealing any information here, but he works for Domo Incorporated. His history is that he is a software engineer, a technical advisor. His name is German in origin. I'd like to know a little bit more. Also, when I look up these people, by the way, none of them have reached out to me. Like from the minute that this all happened, I asked for information. For whatever reason, these people were very anxious to speak to the press right after, but then we're like, you know what? We're not gonna speak to anybody else about that. Same for Gurno owner. We covered this. He was with Phil Lyman's nephew cousin. We learned was a software engineer from Austria. So Austria, Germany. Okay. Featured in Shayner's Instagram. And that guy, Scott Robbins, that you saw looking like a college kid, well, he was also a gubernatorial candidate. He ran for governor of Utah in 2024. Nobody mentioned this. I guess all of these.
I mean, it's possible that they were just comfortable talking to the press, so that's why they were speaking, especially this man, Scott Robbins, who ran for the governor. But coincidence? Maybe. I don't know.
Say Today or AP, nobody asked them like who they were, if they were college students. And for whatever reason, everybody that they spoke to wasn't that. We will continue to grow this witness tree. Robbie Hild, we've put a TBD on because we're getting crazy information on him. We're calling him Mr. Worldwide over here. Okay? We've got Robbie Hild in the Cayman Islands. We've got Robbie Hild in Spain. We've got Robbie Hild all over. And so that's going to take some time. We need to be more thorough in that. And we will have more on Robbie Hild on Monday. Anyways, guys, this is a good time to.
This guy Shayner, he disappeared, deleted all his social media. He was connected to Phil Lyman. And now everything he had posted about this entire assassination, him walking the road where Tyler allegedly dumped his gun, it's gone. And now you can obviously find it here on this channel because we reported on it. You can find it on Candace Owens' channel, but very weird stuff. Also, another point going into what was happening at Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, as we mentioned before, there was an audit going on, or an audit about to happen. And Amy posted about this over on X. If y'all don't follow Amy, make sure you do that at IAMYLEIGH on X, at I am Amy Lee on X. She posted about this. We actually have the legitimate email that Charlie Kirk sent out shortly before he was assassinated. Coincidence? We will have to wait and see. I don't think there's any coincidences. Amy says here, Candace Owens revealed that Charlie Kirk sent in an internal letter to the entire TPUSA organization on September 2nd, 1 week before his death, that he was setting up a Doge department in the organization to audit finances and reshape divisions. Candace claims that insiders told her money was being burned through quickly, and Charlie was concerned not only about where the money was going, but also about the flow of money incoming. Keep in mind, I'm no fan of Candace Owens, but the source is relevant if the letter from Charlie proves to be authentic. All right, so check this out. What does he say? Dear Team America, effective immediately, Justin Starif, hopefully I said his name right, is taking on a new elevated role at Turning Point USA as its chief operating officer. Since joining Turning Point USA in 2020, Justin has led Turning Point's fundraising division and in more recent years has been involved in some organizational operations, filling the COO role in many ways, but now officially taking on the title and expanded responsibilities. In this COO role, Justin will directly oversee development, events, finance, TPUSA, faith, media/marketing productions, assets management, distribution, Turning Point education, Blexit, hire HR, which actually Candace Owens was a part of Blexit. I don't know if she still is anymore, but she was a part of Turning Point USA. HR and legal. Justin will also closely coordinate with Andrew Cipher on a national field program. In this role, I have empowered Justin, among other priorities, to engage in an organizational-wide DOGE, he puts that in quotes, effort. Justin will be assembling a small team to assist in this effort, which is focused on Turning Point USA. 1, becoming more efficient. 2, becoming more cost-effective. 3, unifying organizational success around company-wide metrics and goals. And 4, reshaping company structure. I expect many positive changes to come from this forthcoming initiative and Justin's expanded role. Please join me in congratulating Justin on his new role at the organization with the organization. As always, thank you for everything each of you do at Turning Point USA. Now let's get back to work and save America. Thank you, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was putting in work. Seems like he had a good thing going. Again, it seems like it would be a lot easier to either just plant somebody on that team that Justin was going to be putting together if you needed to hide something, instead of just, taking Charlie out because of this. But does this play a factor into it? I believe it will. We'll have to wait and see what the evidence shows. I want to know what you guys think in the comments and in the chat.